Hello, folks. So we are going to check our grades set up in our new courses in Schoology. I want to show you that this year you're just going to verify what is there in case you need to change the categories of the grading, because we are not passing grades back from Schoology to PowerSchool this year. We'll continue the way that we did that last year. But because you will be making assignments in Schoology, you're probably aware that it asks you what category for every single assignment. So it's just easier to have something set up in there so that you don't have to answer that question every single time. Okay. So we're going to go first into grade setup. I'm going to show you what I can at this point. When I'm in my course, I'll click on grade setup on the left side. It's the fourth option usually. And mine is a sandbox course, so it's going to look a little different from your ordinary course. In the center section right here called grading periods, that should already be set for you. And it will say something like the 2021-2022 academic year, right? So that's where it's saying all 4 9 weeks combined to make the annual grade, the final grade, and all that. Okay, so that's set up by the county and you are good. What you might want set up though are those categories, because that's what it's going to ask you for each time you make an assignment. The way that you can do that is at the top right, you'll see add. You may remember this from last year. This is where, just like in PowerSchool, you'll type in for ELA, you'll type in reading, and you'll put 70 for 70% of the grade. You'll hit create. You'll type in writing word study and put in 30 for 30% of the grade and hit create. And that will add those right here for you. For all your other subjects, science, math, and social studies, you can just put something like assignments and let it be 100% of the grade. Because grades aren't passing back to PowerSchool, any grades you do in Schoology, which might just be a self-graded assessment in Schoology. So maybe if you don't even intend on entering grade yourself, a self-graded assessment would pop up. It still needs some kind of category to do that. If you don't do that, then every time you ask for an assignment, it's going to ask you the category, and you can certainly handle it that way. That's also fine. But at the bottom, what we would strongly recommend that you do, the bottom of this same page, underneath visibility settings, you're going to click both of these checkboxes, both hide overall grade in student report and hide grading period grades in student grade report. And that's because, if you remember this from last year, that posts the final grades, the average for the 9 weeks, in a grade report that students can see and parents can see. And we don't want them to have that information, not because we're hiding it, but simply because we're only putting certain assignments in Schoology. So whatever average they see is definitely not going to match their actual average. It could be better or worse. So we don't want to confuse anyone. So we're just going to hide the averages. They'll still see the scores they get on each assignment, just not the overall average. Okay. So again, much of this is just to verify how it will already be set up for you, but we strongly recommend checking those 2 boxes just to save yourself the trouble. All right. Thank you very much.